Namaskar friends, welcome to Presha Yoga and I am Presha. This class is focused on stimulating digestion. When we feel bloated after a heavy meal, we want to be able to do something to help our system to digest food faster because we feel bloated and uncomfortable. So you can do this practice whenever you feel bloated, or in general if you have digestion issues often, you can come back to this practice. So roll out your mat and let's get started. And in addition to that, we're going to be needing some props. So a nice pillow, which is a little hard pillow, not a soft one, and a few blankets. I have here 2 blankets or 2 bed covers, like a thick bed cover, or you can also use a light blanket, and that's it. We're going to begin right away. So first we're going to start with sitting in a seated pose. So you can actually sit on that blanket or you can sit on the pillow. I'm just going to fold it to give some height to the hips. If your hips are tight and you feel uncomfortable sitting down in a cross-legged position, I highly recommend you to use some support for your seat. This way you will feel comfortable in this kind of a pose. So from this seated position, we're going to be doing some drills to stimulate the prana, the energy in our body. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with first extending the legs out. So you're still sitting on the blanket. We're going to extend the legs out wide, okay, wide with your legs, and then you're going to extend and reach your arms forward with your index fingers pointing forward and all the fingers interlaced. Sit up straight, okay, and now you're going to like churn here. So you're going to do an action of churning or going in tracing circles. So take an exhale here and like slightly lean forward, hinge forward. So nice, first inhale through the nose, then exhale, and then come back to taking the hands closer to your body. So once you do that, you're going to inhale, and then when you go forward, you're going to exhale. And this is going to be like a sound, a quite audible sound with your inhales and exhales, okay? So this way, and we're going to take big breaths in and out through your nose. We're going to do 5 more. Coming back to center, and we're going to switch sides. If the count was a little less or more, please excuse me and just go with probably 10 counts on one side and 10 counts on the other. So remember, inhale when you're closer with your hand, exhale when you're further away. So tracing circles now in the other direction. So perfect, and we're going to come back to center. So you've already here, you've kind of stimulated some energy and prana in your body. So this is quite helpful to start aiding with your digestion and the digestion process. So now we're going to be seated the other way. We're going to bring the legs together. So again, keep sitting on your blanket. And then you're going to sit this way in Dandasana. So in a seated staff pose. And if you again feel that this is something that you cannot sit in the right way because you start to slouch, stack on a little bit more with your blankets and a pillow, another blanket, and this way you're going to find yourself sitting up tall, because if your hamstrings are tight, then you would probably slouch around, okay? So sitting up tall this way, and we're going to extend the legs. We can flex the feet here. And from here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Now, I want you to again use your prana, use your energy, and you should be taking big inhales and exhales through your nose. So you're firing up through your prana, okay? So you're going to inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale as if you were trying to pull something down with your hands. So you're going to pull down with an exhale. And you can close your hands and make a fist, okay? So inhale. Let's do 8 more of these. I'm doing 2 more. Good. And then from here, keep sitting in the same position. You can take your legs a little wider so they can be hip width apart. And we're going to go in a twist here. So again, we're going to move with our inhales and exhales, okay? So with an inhale, you're going to reach your right hand and try and, you can catch your foot, but if that's not, so the outside blade of your foot, if that's not possible, you can just catch your shin, that's fine. You can catch your knee as well, but keep sitting up tall, okay? So let's take, we can either extend the left arm out to the left or reach it up, but if this is too much, you can just reach it to the left, okay? So nice length, then inhale. And then exhale, twist onto the other side. So hold on to your other leg. So I'm holding on to my right foot blade, outside blade with my left hand. Again, you can also do this here or here, okay? So exhaling here, and let's continue for 10 cycles. So good. Coming back to center, you can just shake it off with your legs, tap them, shake it off with your arms. Then we're going to lie down on our back, okay? So lying down, we're going to be using the pillow this way, so it's aligned with the long edge of the mat. The blanket is going to be used as, I have 2 of them. So one is going to be used as a little bit of, like we're going to stack it over the pillow, okay, this way. And I'm just going to shorten it a little bit. And so this is going to come like on a level. So I'm going to be sitting at the end of this. My shoulder blades will be coming to, and the base of the shoulder blades will be coming by the end of the blanket. And the last blanket I'm going to stack over it to support my head and my neck, okay? So again, you can fold it a little bit more to just bring some levels in this. And I know they don't seem to be a big level, but again, this is for your, starting with your back, shoulder blades and head, okay? So slowly take your time to sit to the edge of the pillow. Then bring yourself with your base of your shoulder blades on that other blanket and your head on this. And this is a great way to get things going down, okay? Now, from here, we're going to first bring the feet wide. So the feet are as wide as the mat is, okay? And with your arms, you can extend your arms out with your fingers pointing to the sides, palms facing up. Good. First, take a nice big inhale through your nose, and this time just normal, regular breaths in and out through your nose. So you are arriving in this very comfortable position. Now from here, you're going to start to bring your knees slowly to the right. And just don't be here, try and push your left knee down towards the mat, towards the floor, and also try and push your right knee down towards the ground. So you're making an effort here to drop the knees to the ground. And taking your time to adjust. If something feels uncomfortable, then just adjust your legs and come back to this pose. So you're taking a twist again, okay? Good, now let's come back to center and let's slowly bring the knees to the left. Now just don't hang in there, but try and press down through your knee, through both your knees. They're trying to push down themselves towards the floor. Good, so you're making an effort to be in that twist. Perfect, and then come back to center. And then from here, you're going to now reach your legs up. So please come on your tiptoes and see if you can reach your legs up. Okay, and then from there, we're going to slowly bring the legs to the right, but we're not going to bring the legs all the way down. So you're trying to just keep your feet and your legs hovering off the floor. Good, and then lift your legs up. And again, if you feel lifting legs is too much, you can bend your knees and you can do the same thing by knees bent. But you again hover your knees, you keep your knees off the floor. And if your body is turning to the left, avoid that. You're trying to be in a twist. So your upper body, your chest and your shoulders, everything stays in the center, okay? And to add a little bit more to the twist, you can look over your opposite shoulder. So look over your right shoulder. And let's do that one more time. So coming back to center, again, your knees can be bent or your legs can be extended. Either ways, keep your feet, your legs hovering. Look over your left shoulder. Perfect. And come back to center and then legs to the left. And again, you can just take the option that you like, but don't like roll your body completely to the other side. So you want to like readjust yourself and you want to keep the upper body slightly facing in the center and look over your other or your opposite shoulder. Perfect, coming back to center. We're going to wrap the arms around the shins and we're going to lift the head up, bring the forehead closer to the knees. In a Pavan Muktasana, and then slowly bring the head down and then bring the soles of your feet together. So take your time to come into a supine Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, okay? So knees wide. And again, you can use a number of props here. So don't limit yourself by just using these props. If you want to support your knees, you can actually place 2 yoga blocks under, you can place 2 cushions under, okay? And then just be here for a few breaths, settling into the pose. And just know that when we are facing digestive problems, there is a lot of constriction and a lot of tightness in this area, and we tend to get very sluggish with our body. So in general, the body starts to kind of contract, become smaller. So this practice is, first it was stimulating prana and heat in the body, so just bringing ourselves back to feeling a sense of energy in the body from that sluggish mode. And then from there we did some poses in order to, like, twists are great for stimulating digestion. And a position like this in which you're like on these levels, and when you're everything is going down, so you're taking nice big inhales, and think of exhales going into your belly area, softening it, relaxing it. Perfect. And then from here, as long as you want to, friends, you can just keep lying down the same way. If this is feeling good, just bring your knees together. You can come into a Shavasana and just stay there. But if you're joining me in concluding the practice, then roll over to your one side. And then slowly come up into a seated pose as we conclude the practice. So for concluding the practice, we're going to come back to that seated pose. Bring the hands to the heart center. And we're going to bring in a sense of gratitude for showing up on the mat, finding time for self-care. Let's close the practice with connecting to our higher self with all love and gratitude by chanting Om. So one Om to conclude the practice. But big inhale through your nose. Om. Thank you, friends, for joining me in this practice, and I hope you feel better soon and you stay well. I am going to see you in the next video. Be well. Bye-bye.